So Wikipedia's health and medical content has actually been the subject of research among practicing physicians, healthcare workers, and academics across various disciplines for a number of years now. The research produced and published to date has produced several important findings, including that Wikipedia's health and medical pages are viewed more than any other online health information resource, including the ones that public librarians typically promote for consumer health information, like Medline Plus. And so the demand for health information on Wikipedia is quite high. Wikipedia's self-governance in peer review and in editorial workflows works, and it works well. Those that make contributions to Wikipedia's health and medical pages generally find that their contributions are very rewarding. This is important because the people who edit Wikipedia do this work for free, and they do it in the absence of any academic recognition when it comes to tenure and promotion as well. So last year, I actually conducted a scoping review of all the literature published about Wikipedia's health and medical content, and I found that most of the articles published were concerned about measuring the quality of Wikipedia articles, and generally it was specific Wikipedia articles. So articles that focused on Wikipedia's quality, I argued, were actually inconsequential because Wikipedia is dynamic and evolving, and any article that might need significant improvements today might not need those same improvements tomorrow. There were also significant conversations going on in the literature about Wikipedia's utility in health education, as well as its utility in bibliometric and population health research. There's research that shows that students in undergraduate medicine and residents as well are using Wikipedia, and so do practicing physicians. On top of that, there's a growing body of evidence supporting the utility of Wikipedia, particularly Wikipedia editing, for teaching evidence-based medicine. So we know that Wikipedia's health and medical content is heavily used by different populations ranging from the general lay public to practicing physicians and faculty members at universities. But what's also incredibly interesting is how in recent years, Wikipedia's utility for conducting research has developed, and perhaps most relevant today is the public health and epidemiological studies that use Wikipedia's data about its articles to measure things like the burden of disease, for example. Data like page views combined with Google search statistics can be used to actually surveil public anxiety or even predict seasonal fluctuations in illnesses like influenza. So Wikipedia might still carry this stigma, but really the growing interest in it among academics and the growing number of researchers who are using it in novel ways can be seen as indicators that not only is Wikipedia here to stay, but its general acceptance in research and the scholarship around Wikipedia is gaining momentum. But there's still a lot more to do, right? So students around the world are still told not to use Wikipedia. And it's time for us to flip the switch on that narrative. It's time to stop teaching students to avoid Wikipedia, and it's time to teach them how to use it responsibly. And when they see a mistake or gap, it's up to us to empower them to be able to fix it and to close any gaps that they might find when they're using it.